Film School Slacker contains adult language and themes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello and welcome to Film School Slacker, the podcast where I go through my ever-growing watch list of films. With me is my friend Megan.
Hey, that's me.
Hey, Megan. It's been a few weeks.
It has. It has been a few weeks.
Busy. Turns out we have lives and stuff.
And
but
there's, things to do.
And
stuff to get done. And adulting to
have.
To have.
Yeah, yeah.
And to hold. And I don't know.
From this day forth.
Oof.
Yeah, sorry. We went to happy hour.
We did.
So this week is a classic episode where it's a movie I have not seen that Megan has.
Yes.
And what are we watching this week, Megan?
Today we are watching Office Space.
Excellent.
From 1999, rated R, 1 hour, 29 minutes long.
Oh, a nice quickie.
Yeah.
Excellent. Phrasing.
Starring Ron Livingston, Jennifer Aniston, David Herman, AJ Naidoo, Diedrich Bader, Stephen Root, Gary Cole, Richard Rainey, Alexander
Jennifer
Wentworth,
Aniston. I had no
among
idea she was in
others. Directed by Mike Judge, written by Mike Judge. Yeah, that's all the...
And what year again?
99.
99. Okay.
1999. Anyway.
We're doing great. I'm excited. I know nothing about this film except for the fact that it's about an office.
Yeah. It's about
It's a
office.
comedy about an office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what else there is to say, really, because that's all I know.
It's satire. It's
Understood.
if you've ever seen I don't know why I'm saying that. But the movie Waiting.
No.
Okay.
Do we need to put it on the list?
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, let me
That
see.
might be one we have to watch with like Kevin or
Sure.
Aaron or someone with service industry experience.
Okay. Fair enough. Let me.
But this is the Office version of that.
Okay.
I think Waiting was
2005.
Yeah, was like mid-aughts.
With with Ryan Reynolds
And Justin Long.
Jeez,
and
oh my
a
god,
bunch of other people. Dane Cook.
Luis Guzman. What?
Luis
Chi
Guzman.
McBride. Chi McBride. Oh
Yeah.
my god. It's on my list. It's not. You get a point. Megan gets a point.
I always get points.
I know, because
the point queen.
You are disproportionately set up to get
true.
points in this.
That is fair. Yes.
Which is fine.
The game is rigged.
The game is rigged from the
in
start.
my favor. And I am A-okay with that.
Fair enough.
But this one is honestly, I think having worked at places like the places we've worked,
I'm excited.
you will appreciate it. You will laugh.
Excellent.
You will
probably not cry. That's my guess.
probably not cry.
No.
Unless you're laughing, you're crying so hard, or crying, you're laughing.
Crying because I'm laughing so hard.
Yes, that.
Or
Sorry,
I'm just crying
we went
because
to happy hour.
just life in general. And
That too.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay. I'm here.
All right.
You're in a safe space.
In my own house.
In your own house.
In my office, in my own house.
Yes.
I'm in the safe space.
But yeah, I really like this one. It's just kooky and fun, and
Yeah.
it's not meant to be
Anything more than
it is.
I love a film like that. I'm stoked.
The profanity rating on IMDb is severe.
Excellent. I want to know what that lines up to in my head about what severe profanity means.
Sex and nudity, mild.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
No violence and gore, no frightening and intense scenes.
It's just people with potty mouths.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And mild alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
Same.
So anyway.
I do think of myself as mild alcohol, drugs, and smoking.
Same.
Actually, not smoking, because that makes me ill, but...
Yeah, I don't really smoke.
Yeah, you're more of a gummy
Weed.
scale.
I am chocolate.
Chocolates.
I don't like gummy texture.
Oh, that's right. But, I'm the gummy guy.
give me like a little chunk of chocolate.
Yeah.
Oh,
excellent.
that'll relax me like nobody's business.
Get you.
and then I will go to sleep.
Wish that
Anyway.
happened to me.
Yeah.
Well, with all of that being said,
Anyway.
let's roll the tape.
Yeah, let's do it.
That was charming.
And a little triggering.
And a little triggering. But the thing that was surprising to me about it is I was expecting it to be more problematic.
Yeah.
And it kind of wasn't.
It really wasn't.
Like,
there were a little,
wasn't perfect.
a couple bits,
Yeah.
but they were more localized to the character
Yeah.
doing the bit,
Yeah.
rather than the whole
Movie.
overarching movie. Yeah.
And I don't know, like there was something, it was, you know, the fact that he has this moment where he's mad at Joanna for like sleeping with another guy at some point, and
Yeah.
then he's just like, wait, no, that's me. Like I'm a fucking idiot. Like just generally, like I feel
Yeah.
like he, like it was, yeah, like everyone was an idiot and it was stupid, but it was like not, the humor didn't punch down.
Right.
I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
It's very Mike Judge. He
What
did
else? Yeah.
He did King of the Hill.
Okay.
He's done a little bit of Bob's he has some sort of
Connection.
pull on Bob's Burgers. I think he might be a producer, question mark. I don't know.
Okay.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so he's typically not that problematic. He's not like a Seth MacFarlane or
where
a
he pushes the pushes the envelope, which can be good or could be bad.
yeah.
No, it was surprisingly like it was really funny, and it never veered in the direction that I was worrying it could for the 90s.
King of the Hill, Beavis and Butthead, Silicon Valley,
Oh, Silicon Valley's pretty good.
The Good Family, Idiocracy. He was a producer.
Oh, he was an Idiocracy guy. And that I want
Yeah.
to put that on my list because that's one that I would like to see. Though I worry it might strike a little too close to home these days.
Yeah, right.
Let me see.
But yeah, he's done a lot of comedy and
Yeah.
some pretty famous comedy shows and
Oh yeah. He directed my Idiocracy too.
yeah.
Okay. No, that's fun. I feel like Idiocracy probably won't age as well. I'm just guessing based on the humor, but to test its top secret human hibernation project, the Pentagon picks the most average Americans it can find: an army private and a prostitute, and sends them to the year 2505.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But
So
also
anyway.
like there are a lot of parallels, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, the whole idea that all the smart people quit having kids, all
Right.
the dumb people started having kids, and everyone wears Crocs in the future,
Yeah.
like that. The whole thing, like it's a little. I'm a little nervous to watch it, but anyway, that's a separate
Yeah.
move for a different day. But with all of that being said, we want to jump into the notes.
I'm curious as to what your notes are.
These are probably pretty random because like there wasn't a lot to like call. You know what I mean? Like it was just sort of.
Yeah.
It was like we said before we started. Like it's not. It's just it doesn't try to be more than it is.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, an whimsical opening font, like the font of
Yeah.
the intro font.
It's a very 90s opening,
Yeah,
I feel.
and the setting the scene, like the setting the stage for everything was done really well. Like the stop and go traffic. Like I said, ooh, the stop and go traffic is too real.
Yeah.
And the nerdy white boy with like rap playing,
Yeah.
like being a very nerdy white boy and being casually racist and
Yeah.
also listening to rap was a funny call out to like show very explicitly. Fuck you, Bill Lumbergh. I saw him for the first time. Like, I hate this guy already.
hate this
him
man
so much.
He just he radiates that.
He's just that energy. It's so hard to explain. But you know, if you know that guy, you've like
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a visceral
feeling. Yeah.
Like you hate him on sight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The shock on the door handle,
Oh yeah.
reaching out, like a lot of the details are like this is a person who's worked in an office.
And you can tell that it happens every single day.
Yep. So funny.
Which is why he ends up destroying it.
Which is fair. I would
With a
do the same thing.
screwdriver or with a power drill.
Power drill. Yeah. I have the memo. Like that whole memo conversation. My God.
There were 5 people who told him about
with
it.
The memo. God, it was just awful.
About the TPS reports. The cover sheet on the TPS reports. 5 people.
5 people. It's just terrible.
And like, that's another like, I don't know. That's another just like corporate thing where they need to make sure that they've addressed it, but they don't talk to each other
about it. They all talk to the
They all talk to the person instead of being like, hey, someone needs to talk to Peter about this. They're like, we're all gonna do it.
I have absolutely been in that situation before. Like early on, where it was not that I make mistakes at work. I couldn't possibly, but never once. But like there was a reporting to close out something. Doesn't matter. Not getting into more detail because I'm not going to disclose where I work. But we closed out a project essentially, and there's a couple of control question steps that go in.
Right.
Closed it in the system without setting those because I was brand new to the role, and no less than 4 people reached out to confirm about it, including someone who was very high up, and I was like, oh my God.
I'm getting fired.
I very much understand the mentality for that. I love that, like, Michael Bolton is such a dated reference. I love it so much. Like, his name's Michael Bolton. I'm like, it's such a funny name. Like, it's actually perfect too, because it's a pretty boring name.
Yeah.
Like, Michael Bolton isn't that interesting of a name, and it's exactly the sort of thing that people would get hung up on in a corporate environment.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's so well, like, he's just slowly losing his mind because every single person says it. It's,
oh my God, Michael Bolton.
Michael Bolton. So
are you related?
No relation, because people do that to me because of Dave Perner of Soul Asylum, and like it happens to me at least 3 times a year where someone's just like, oh, any relation to Dave Perner? I'm like, no. Like, it's ongoing in corporate America.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Which is funny because you wouldn't think that corporate America listened to Soul Asylum, but anyway.
I don't listen to Soul Asylum.
I listen. I dig them.
I could never call out a Soul Asylum song. That's just because I don't have any taste in music practically at this point.
That's okay.
Brian, no. It's terrible. He's just the worst. I want an extreme fajita. That was just, like,
the
bad
Chili's
bad 90s lunches. That was just too much fun.
Extreme fajita. That sounds like extreme bowel movements later in the day. Like,
extreme GI distress.
Extreme GI distress.
Oh, and then like the low level like sugar packets being continuously poured into the coffee. That was stressful to watch.
Into like one, like, half a thick Chili's mug of coffee.
Yes, it was so
he just
bad.
keeps adding sugar. I'm like,
absolutely
but that's the only way to make it palatable because you know it's corporate.
I also loved the way that they preserved the 90s, like, and this is not an experience I kind of had, but like that suburban Bloomington, Minnesota corporate park energy.
Yeah.
I've never really had exactly that. Like, I've had close.
I don't think I have either.
Like there was a time where you and I both worked not in the city, and it was kind of like that, but not quite like that.
The restaurants around us were like that.
Yes.
But the place we worked was
not like that.
Not
like that kind of building. But it was. So I remember that kind of energy. It kind of took me back to that. Like, you would get out, go to the parking lot, and drive somewhere. Whereas, like, in my life now, I work in the city core, so it's like I park at the edge of town and walk into my office and walk to lunch. That sort of thing. Yeah. It's just funny though. But it sends me back to see that entire setup. Oh no, there was an anorexic joke. That was kind of sad. Though at the same time, it wasn't the butt of the joke.
Right.
I mean, it was, but it wasn't. Like, it was like, well, the hypnotism thing worked for her. She's anorexic.
Yeah,
like
but
that,
she's
like, it was like called out as a problem. Yeah.
Yeah. It worked, quote unquote, too well.
Too well. Exactly.
And it went the other way.
Direction.
Like, now it's bad.
Bad. Exactly.
It worked so well. It
came back around again.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't you get the memo? Every time the memo came up, I was just
the butt
it
clench.
Triggered me.
It's literally just like your butthole just
protect your cornhole. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
protect your cornhole.
Literally, it's so bad.
Ugh.
Yeah. Not the consultants. I loved the
consultants. Bob and
Bob are.
And friggin' John C. McGinley
as Bob
in his pre Dr. Cox era.
Oh my god, it's
God,
too
he's
good.
so fucking funny.
He has an effortless, specific kind of humor that is just hard to explain. Yeah. He's so funny.
He's honestly, I think, one of my favorite comedians. Actors.
Yeah, he's super good. He's just super funny.
And I've listened to Fake Doctors Real Friends, the rewatch podcast.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Turk and JD.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember.
Donald Faison and Zach Braff.
Yeah.
I've listened to the episodes that he's been on.
Oh, okay.
And he just seems like the sweetest human.
I bet.
Like, I guarantee he is just a joy to work with.
All of the people that are really good at playing douchebags
are really fucking nice.
Are not, or they are, but you can usually tell the difference.
Yeah.
But yeah, I believe that. Like, yeah. He seems like he's probably a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Just like what's his name? H. John Benjamin.
Oh yeah.
He's also apparently a super sweet guy.
Oh,
he plays exclusively assholes.
Well, so Bob's not really an asshole,
but he's also just Bob. Like he's his own vibe.
Yeah.
Jump to conclusions, Matt. Fucking floored me. It's the
It's a Matt and it floored you.
Damn it! I'm seeing myself.
Get out. Go away.
End of podcast.
Yeah, end of life.
End of podcast. End of life.
Jesus.
It was such a good. It's a touchstone on like how people interact in the office. Like it is like that is the exact sort of thing that I would expect to hear at the office.
Well, and like it's so he proceeds that jumps to conclusions with the pet rock.
Right.
And that's how that guy made $1 million. So I made a jump to conclusions Matt. But like if you think about that practically for a second,
yeah, it's
someone has to like choose where they're jumping
to.
It's not like a magic 8-ball,
right? Where
you shake it and it randomly comes up with an answer.
Like, and the only thing I can think of is like you use it like a bocce ball court. Like that's all. I don't know what else you would do
with the magic 8 ball.
With the magic 8 ball, and it runs right in the like we're workshopping this for you already, bud.
Now we're gonna make $1 million.
We're gonna make $1 million on our jump to conclusions bocce ball court.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's so funny. It just killed me. Can't you just pretend that we can't hear each other through the walls?
No.
It's so funny. Hey, you awake? Yeah, just come over.
And it's crystal fucking clear between the walls.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like they're standing next to each other. It's so good.
You ever have an apartment like that? Yes. Yes, I have.
Yeah. Why does this feel like a comedy TV show? That was kind of the vibe I got the whole time. Is it really played like a modern comedy TV show and not like a movie? Like,
right.
Like a movie today, a comedy TV show today would play the way that played.
Yeah.
As a movie, which was interesting. Which I think that's just kind of how.
And I mean, I think
the
that's
mediums
kind
have merged quite a bit.
Well, and Mike Judge is. I mean, how long did King of the Hill run? Like 97 to into the 10s, I think.
Yeah.
Give me a sec. I mean, Beavis and Butthead. Obviously, that was.
I never really watched that.
Several seasons. I didn't either. It was on. It was on before our time.
Right.
Wow. 1997, and it's still going.
No way. It's got Simpsons longevity.
It has Simpsons longevity.
Wow, that's cool. Huh.
So yeah,
propane and propane accessories.
Yeah,
very fun.
So yeah, I mean, it would make sense that the movie that he wrote kind of feels
like that energy. TV. Yeah, that's
TV-ish.
Fair. That's fair. It was sort of like probably it started his life as a TV idea that he realized was just a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is this good for the company? That banner.
The banner.
God. It's all triggering. It's fine.
It's very
I'm triggered.
Like, I think I said it early on in the movie where it's like, man, he could really benefit from being severed.
Yeah. Yes.
This is like
Yep.
this is like the comedy version, the comedy flip coin of Severance.
Can we please get all the actors that are still living from this movie?
Oh, they're mostly all.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't even.
No
I can
one's
never
dead.
tell. Oh, that's good. Now that you've said that.
Oh God.
No,
I can't do this again.
No, don't call anyone out by name because they will die.
I did mention George Foreman at work.
No.
And then the next week he died.
No. It continues.
I have
You
two
guys,
on my record.
You guys, it's a problem.
It's
Meghan
so bad.
kills actors.
I accidentally kill them. I don't know. I'm a witch.
Good.
Am I a witch?
She's a witch.
I'm a witch.
Not a witch. I'm your wife.
I'm not a witch. I'm your wife.
Oh man.
But yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. I want them to all come back and do like a severed episode.
Oh my God. Or just like
Office Space.
cameos on on Severance.
That would be funny too. Oh man.
Like Gary Cole plays Mr. Melchick's boss.
Now that what's his nuts from Eurovision died.
What?
Nothing. Wait, you finished it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. It's the
that guy. The big guy.
the big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep. He was
Spoilers for Severance season 2.
Season 2. And also Eurovision, I guess.
Also
I don't-
Eurovision.
That's important.
But also
to you.
fucking Brienne of Tarth. Gwendolyn
Right?
Christie. Oh, she can step on my neck.
a little bit.
She can step on my neck a lot.
Why is that our list?
I don't know.
Why is that the cutoff?
Why is
that
it
the
also
threshold?
tall, muscle-bound blondes that get us?
I'm frankly not interested.
You know what?
In going too deep into that.
I'm not gonna dig down that
No.
rabbit hole.
No,
Nope.
but I think we've both agreed that Hannah Waddingham is number one.
Yes.
We can't. There's nothing we can do
Followed
around
closely
that.
by Gwendolyn Christie.
Fair. Yeah, she was so scary in Severance. Oh my god,
She's so good in everything she does.
Everything she does.
I just, ugh. She's just a badass.
She really is.
Just the baddest of ass.
She's got like good physicality.
Oh my
But she's
God.
also a great actor.
Yeah.
Like just her whole sequence in Severance with the it's
And
just
you never watched Game of Thrones, but
not I've seen her in it.
Okay.
But I didn't watch it religiously. I watched the first season
her
and
fucking
I was like,
fight
no, thanks.
scenes, man, are just poetry. Ugh.
I love it.
So good.
Anyway, we're padding this episode out because not much to say.
Yeah. You know, it's a quick movie and it's
I appreciate that about it.
Yeah.
It's a good Wednesday night
Right.
flick. Yeah. 100%.
it's a good Wednesday night movie.
Because you gotta go back to work in the morning. I'm gonna walk into traffic.
Wah, wah. Please don't.
I won't.
I don't know how to run this podcast without you.
It's gonna be lost.
What buttons do I push?
Where's the? How do you plug this in, my cat?
Where am I?
If they move my desk one more time, I'm quitting. It's like, Milton.
Fucking Milton.
Poor Milton. He's such a that is such a character. Like it's so funny. Like these are all archetypes that really exist.
Oh yeah.
It's so funny.
I love Stephen Root as an actor.
Yeah. He's so good.
He's so good, and he can do a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
But like this right here is, I think, one of
Core.
the first things I saw him in,
Yeah.
and just it's just perfect.
It's perfection. And like his whole the aesthetic they gave him where they did the glasses that made
The
his
bug
eyes
eyes.
freaking huge. Like it's perfection.
Yeah.
Also, how is he not vomiting in every single scene he was in?
He must have
He
had
must have
those
had
off
oh my god.
when they weren't filming. He must have
Crazy.
just like between takes just taken them
Oh.
off, because I
would have died.
would have vomited.
That's why he was talking like that, because he couldn't.
He
was
just
so-
couldn't. He
so
couldn't
dizzy,
enunciate.
couldn't do
He was so
anything else.
dizzy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they all used Macs. That was fun. Like their weird bastard operating system that they had on all their computers was sort of vaguely.
I knew you were going to say
Macintosh
something
based.
about
Well, of
that.
course.
I didn't notice, but
Yeah,
I'm not a computer person.
Someone's got to do it.
yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna need you to come in on
Yeah,
Saturday.
so
Yeah.
that'd be great. I think this movie was like a bit of a gift to
Yes.
corporate America
Yes.
with that.
It was a we see you, we feel you. This is your
Yeah.
farce. Oh yeah. Bro's about to have a heart attack while doing hypnotherapy. That was so
And
funny.
then
I'm like, you
literally
literally see it coming,
that-
I'm like, oh my god, he actually died of, and then it
Yeah.
just like changed his whole personality.
That's why I'm a little skeptical on hypnotherapy because what if my hypnotherapist dies?
In the middle of the session.
Right in the middle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You never know, man.
Incredibly fair. Like, who's to say? Yeah, hi, it's Bill Lundberg.
Yeah, so I noticed you're not here.
Not here yet. So
and
I'll let you know it's not a half day today. We started around a 9. And
around
it's
a normal time.
A little after 10. It's just
it's the I'm gonna be a hard ass without being a hard ass.
Exactly.
That milquetoast.
Yes.
Pansy, non-confrontational corporate speak.
Exactly. It's triggering. Oh, so TGI Fridays. So like we were talking about that, the tchotchke. Was it called tchotchkes?
Tchotchkes.
Yeah. So I had initially pegged it as Ruby Tuesdays.
Yeah.
That was the vibe I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
Until I saw that it was, and then you called out that it was specifically TGI Fridays.
Because TGI Fridays used to have that uniform, the pieces of flair.
Pieces of flair.
And the striped shirts.
Such a 90s vibe.
Yeah.
So funny.
And again, I reference Waiting. Is kind of that same like Bennigan's, Applebee's big chain restaurants
serving,
that are in the suburbs of the big cities. So yeah, it's definitely that vibe.
It's a very specific energy, that is for sure. What is it that you say you do here? It's so funny. I am good at dealing with people. That's just.
And he's
I'm a people person.
He's interviewing for his job.
Yeah.
Like he called it.
Right.
He's trying to justify his existence.
Yep.
At a place that will literally give no fucks about firing him.
Exactly. Freaking Deloitte guys. That's the
basically
vibe.
like begging to keep his job.
Right.
Ugh.
I don't want to talk about the flare.
Does anybody want to talk about the flare?
No. She loves kung fu. What was it? Kung fu? What was it?
She kung fu.
Kung fu. Yeah. She's not like the other girls.
He's like, I want to take you out to dinner and then bring you back to my place and we can watch kung fu. I love kung fu.
And that's when I wrote, she's not like the other girls.
Yeah, but she's also like not like a pick me either.
No, not at all.
It's just that weird random thing that he said.
Right.
That she just happens to love.
Right.
Theoretically.
It was funny.
It's a good, setup to
yeah.
that relationship.
Yep. Poor Milton. Hi, Bob.
Bob's.
Planning to plan.
I knew you were gonna see that on the whiteboard, and it's a big old,
it's a concept of
flow
a plan.
chart.
Oh no, I build those at work. I mean, granted, we do them for tech stuff, but still, my God, it's all so triggering to see that on a whiteboard and be like, no.
How do we plan to have a plan?
I've literally worked on projects where we had a plan for a plan. Like that literally. And it just now my whole life after watching this movie is just going to be more cynical than it was. It's not
and you
great.
were pretty cynical.
I was pretty cynical. Yeah. It's not great. It's not great.
Sorry. Did I ruin you by showing you this movie?
No, I don't think there's anything that anyone could have done to change anything. It's not that I'm lazy. I just don't care. So I saw this movie the first time when I was in high school. Sure.
I think. And I don't know if it prepped me to hate whatever corporate job I got in the future, or if I would have hated it anyway. I don't know. I think little column A, little column B on that one.
That's fair. Yeah, I hadn't seen it.
Snake eating its own tail.
Like, and I was never the Office guy. I was always a Parks and Rec guy.
Same.
So I never really did. This is my first real like office comedy thing,
like workplace comedy where it's
specific. That is the point.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's been incidental. Like I don't think that I've been exposed to that kind of comedy before, but not in the way that this is literally based entirely around The Office. Yeah. I guess you could argue that Archer is sort of an office comedy, but
I mean, there's a lot of like Brooklyn Nine-Nine is an office comedy.
That's true.
Like any workplace comedy that, but like this is specific to a very niche kind of corporate.
Yeah, it's a specific vibe.
Yeah.
It's that white collar in an office with a cubicle kind of vibe. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe that Milton was laid off 5 years ago, and he just still was there,
like,
and it was just a glitch.
Because of a glitch in the payroll system, he keeps getting paid.
It's so funny. Like it's such a classic, like dumb. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the Y2K reference. Like apparently a lot of the work they were doing was to save the Y2K bug.
Yeah.
Which is funny. It is wild to me that people like, you know, because computers didn't start getting built with this kind of technology until, you know, like let's say it was the 80s when computers that like big mainframe computer tech that was getting set up for like banking and accounting and whatever was getting built. And they built years with 2 digits. Yeah. And I just don't understand
why they would have
even started that way. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. And I don't know. In fact, I could probably ask some people because there's some people I worked with who definitely were part of the conversion at the company I work at.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That was 26 years ago, my friend.
Yeah.
Damn.
I know some people who've worked there for Yeah. I feel like corporations went to open floor plans not because of this movie. Like the whole aesthetic.
I think the open floor plan happened even later.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. Like I definitely worked in an office at some point.
I think that was more like a
office.
like a 2010s.
I think it was, but I feel like there was a push.
I want to say like maybe once the Google offices started becoming more publicized.
True.
I think that's when that really took off.
True.
I think some places probably adopted that open floor plan earlier, but I think once Google and their nap pods and the
freaking nap pods,
ping pong tables and shit happened, I think that's when that really took off.
Makes sense. The printer scene. Finally got to see the printer scene.
Oh my god, classic cinema.
What a time. Yeah, true classic cinema. And I love that they have to hold Michael Bolton back
several
from the
times.
Printer. Like he is just at his wits'
hates
end.
That printer
so good,
more than anything in the universe.
I get it.
I understand.
I also love the very strategic Pepsi placement. That was good fun. Like just had her like drink cup in the thing. Yeah. There's like a big Pepsi thing on it.
Yeah.
And she's just like, so you're stealing?
Yeah.
He's like, well, no. It's like yeah, no. But if you take it out of the till, like you're stealing.
Yeah.
That is still stealing.
It's not your money.
It's so funny.
But also, like, it's a big enough corporation where I don't give a fuck.
Their original gambit would have probably worked.
Yeah.
Because it was such a low amount of money over time. But yeah,
the decimal point error.
The decimal point error was going to be
kind of fuck that up
in that plan. Yeah, 100%. The Nazis had flair. Like no.
And even he's like, you know what? No,
we're not doing that. Never mind.
That's not what I meant to say.
Just shut it down. Jump to Conclusions is back.
The jump to he has a prototype, y'all.
So good. I'm gonna get one.
He painted a prototype.
So good. That freaking blonde guy is a walking HR violation. Every time he was in a scene, he was the HR violation.
The finance bro of the movie, I think.
Yep.
That kind of stereotype.
Pretty classic.
The frat guy.
Yeah, uses the term finger blasting unironically and wears Oakley sunglasses.
The O face.
Oh god. Jeez,
I think this movie was the first time I ever heard that term.
Got it.
And
And
Yeah,
how does that make you feel?
I don't love it. I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of it generally.
But yeah, that guy was ugh.
Yeah. Also, it's like, Joanna, you right about everything that you're saying to this man. It's real. I love that all the managers, no matter what company it was at, they all had the same glasses with like
they all had the same frames.
There was a similar frame to that available when I was choosing my glasses. I'm like, I'm not doing that. We're not far enough from the 90s yet to make that okay. This is me expressing my flair, and she just fucking flicks him off.
Just flipping him off.
Oh, so good.
This is me. And she was like, just
yeah.
turns it all around,
So
points
good.
it at him.
So good.
Ugh, perfect.
I always fuck up some mundane detail. I'm like, I feel that, Michael Bolton, in the core of my soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ADHD, man.
Poor Milton. I think I wrote poor Milton like 3 times.
3 or 4 times.
Well, because
yeah.
it's just very sad.
Well, and like, yeah. He is the sad sack.
He is the sad sack. That is.
And his stapler gets stolen. And he's put in the basement, and
yeah,
he doesn't get paid.
Right.
He stops getting paid at some point, and just like, yeah.
Poor
he doesn't get any cake.
No, gets no cake.
Oh
my God. The poor man. I just feel so bad for him.
Yeah.
My cousin is a cokehead. There's some weird lines. He used to smoke crack, and no, he didn't. He was just a friggin' software developer selling magazine subscriptions. We probably do with 42 subscriptions to Vibe. Jeez. Why can such idiots be so good at crime and we're terrible at it? Which is funny.
Because they don't overthink it like you do.
This is true.
I think that's the key there.
That is kind of it. Yeah. I don't know why I can't just go to work and be happy. That line he gives to her at the end is pretty funny. Just like the whole movie to me feels like a reality check.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, I know that you felt like you had this realization, and like, why can't you be like everyone else? It's like, everyone feels that way.
No one likes their job.
No one likes their job. Just chill.
And she tells him that.
Yeah.
Like, nobody likes this. Nobody likes this.
Yeah, right.
Nobody likes having to sit in traffic and get shocked by the door and deal with TPS reports and all this mundane bullshit.
Yeah. We just deal with it.
Well, and then there's the other part to that where, you have to find
balance,
something else that makes you happy.
Right.
Like, you have to find something outside of work if work isn't what makes you happy.
Right.
You have to find something else, like, your relationship or your hobbies or your, whatever.
Yep.
Volunteering, doing manual labor, whatever it is.
Right. Exactly. Oh my God, Milton wouldn't firebug.
Milton, yeah.
Which I don't fault him for that. He was fucking...
He warned them.
He did.
He said multiple times, I'm going to burn this place to the ground. I'm going to set this place on fire.
Yeah.
Nobody was listening.
No one listened to him. And they have to deal with that.
Yeah. That's on them.
Fucking A. That's my last note. This is fucking A.
It's the last note of the movie.
So good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Again, I think you called it out exactly. It's not trying to be more than it is. It's just a fun little office romp. I think the thing that I shouldn't get rid of my phone because we still have to read it. Mm-hmm. I still think that I really enjoyed that it was just like it somehow wasn't problematic. And that's the part that surprises me.
Right.
Like, it wasn't this like huge offense. Like, I just expected it to be more offensive, I guess. And not that is necessarily bad. I just was expecting it to be a little bit more out there.
When you think like 90s satire comedy.
Yeah. Especially focusing on like white guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just seems...
One of them is brown, Ian.
I know. You're right. But you know what I mean.
But yeah. Centering around like a corporate white guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think,
Yeah.
List any number of things, problematic movies.
Right, exactly.
From then.
Just pick one. Yeah, exactly. There's a wheel of them, and you can just throw a
so
dart
many.
at it. Yeah. Okay, so let's rate this thing.
Yeah.
Production design. I actually thought it was kind of perfect. Because it feels really, really, really real.
It feels really 90s.
Yeah, and it feels not sterilized. It feels very like
natural,
you'd expect.
like organically 90s. Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
Go for it.
All right. Story. I don't know. It's dumb. But
I mean, it's. I'd give it a 3.5. It's like I said, it's not trying to be more than it is.
Right.
It's a pretty simple storyline.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of subplots that you need to pay attention to.
It is what it is.
Yeah. This guy hates his job.
Right.
Decides to start slacking off, and then they put in a computer virus that
didn't do what it was supposed to do.
Didn't do what it was supposed to do.
And they had to deal with the consequences. Yeah. It was great.
It's very, it moves at a nice clip.
Right.
There's really no scene where you're like, why are we here?
Yeah, everything just moves.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you'd expect. You don't think about it because it just works.
Yep.
What do we give that? What do we yeah, 3.5. Performances. 4?
Sure. Can I give John C. McGinley a 5?
I'll give it a 4.5.
Mostly just because John C. McGinley is
he's a
just
good guy.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, and then cultural impact. I think this actually has quite a bit of cultural impact.
I think this is a 4.5.
I think you're right.
Because
it's
Chili's stopped, or TGI Fridays stopped making their employees wear flair after this movie came out. And Swingline made a red stapler,
which is great.
They did not make that before the movie came out. It was made by the props department,
and then they started making it.
And then Swingline
I love
started
that.
making it.
I would like to propose for 2 reasons. I think that I've seen Office Space come up a ton at work.
Yeah.
For references, there's that meme.
I'm pretty sure
there's everywhere.
any corporate setting in the United States.
The fact that it's cited from the 90s all the time, and it's yet not a horrendous problematic nightmare. I like to propose a 5.
All right.
But
I am
for there's another reason for that.
Okay.
We're at 4.2 right now, which is a real problem.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No more 4.2s.
We gotta do tiebreakers on this shit. So now we got a 4.4, which puts us at that puts us with Robin Hood Men in Tights and Blazing Saddles. Which honestly,
4.4 is the farce, is the satire,
is the high quality satire.
High quality satire level.
Yes.
I am A-okay with that.
So right below that is then the Da Vinci Code in the 4.2s, and then 4.5 would be Gladiator. Yeah. So remember how we reviewed Gladiator?
That was so long ago.
Done like a fair number of these now.
Yeah.
Which is fun. I'm excited.
I like.
And we've got some
doing it.
And we've got some cool
got
ones
some bangers coming up
too.
We have another 90s classic coming up that I'm super stoked for.
Yeah, and we've got a couple of really cool guest spots that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
That we'll have to all will be revealed in time. Yeah, but
it's gonna be so fun, you guys.
Totally. But yeah.
Yeah.
With that being said, thank you so much for listening to Film School Slacker. I'm Ian.
I'm Megan.
And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Film School Slacker. Our graphic design is by Mitch Ransdell. Music by Ariel Shalom and Ziv Moran. Voiceover audio provided by Mike D and Janet Paoni. Learn more at filmschoolslacker.com.